The following opinions are solely those of BoatTest.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTest.com, and look at this, part of a new product line from Ranger Boats, the Reata series of pontoons. They've got them set up for fishing and cruising. This is the Reata 200F set up for fishing. Let's take a look at the features and see what differentiates it. The fishing features start at the bow, where we have 2 of the 3 pedestal seats offered. Notice high back, pinchless design as they fold down and they swivel. Our boat comes equipped with the Motor Guide 55-pound thrust wireless trolling motor, and notice how it fits underneath the front gate, and the boat is pre-rigged for the trolling motor. Now look at this over on the starboard side, 9.5-gallon live well under the seat. It's aerated and timed. That's something we don't typically see in a pontoon boat, and it speaks to Ranger's heritage, going above and beyond. And how about this, a standard feature on the panel, Lowrance Hook 5 fish finder. At the stern, the fishing features continue with our 3rd pedestal seat in one of the 4 stations. And we also have another 9.5-gallon live well, aerated and timed. Moving to comfort features, it starts with this lounge seat on the starboard side. Over to the port hand side, an L-shaped lounge wrapping around a floating pedestal table. We have movable drink holders and fixed drink holders in the corners. At the forward end, pop-up changing room. Now notice how the captain's chair can swivel around to join the crowd, and I also notice a couple of key things. First of all, marine grade upholstery, double stitched, custom embroidery, and notice the contrasting tones. Look at the decking. Ranger calls this a luxury woven cushion deck. I'm impressed with both its non-skid capabilities and ease of washdown. And speaking of washdown, notice how the fences are elevated off the deck so water runs right out. There are 3 entryways. Forward at 23 inches, the port hand side at 30 inches, and 15 at the stern. The fully enclosed fencing has 1.25-inch rails that come up 27 inches high. The swim platform has a beefy stainless steel swim ladder, 4 steps, and look at these heavy-duty grab rails. The bimini top has an easy-deploy system with gas shocks, so it can be elevated with one hand. This extends 7 feet forward and is color keyed to the fencing. Externally, the quality continues with stylized fencing, powder coated pontoons, and notice there's trim underneath the deck that makes up part of the M bracket. Now as we move to operations, it's important to note that there's versatility involved in the Reata line. You can get this factory rigged with either Mercury, Evinrude, or Yamaha up to 90 horsepower. Our test boat powered with a 90 horsepower Mercury 4-stroke. Taking a look at the Helm, brow covers the gauges. Phone management system includes USB and MP3 and a 12-volt accessory plug inside pockets to both sides, and we've got a kicker stereo. The wrapped sport steering wheel is connected to a tilt base. Cooler storage is to the side.
Now let's get her on the water and see how she performs. The Ranger Reata 200 FP has a length overall of 19 feet 10 inches and a beam of 8 feet 6 inches. With an empty weight of 1,780 pounds, full fuel, and 2 people on board, we had an estimated test weight of 2,392 pounds. With a 90 horsepower Mercury 4-stroke turning a 16 by 11 inertia propeller, we reached our top speed of 25.3 miles per hour at 5,800 RPM. And this with a full load of fuel and 2 people. Best cruise came in at 3,500 RPM and 11.6 miles per hour. At that speed, the 2.6 gallon per hour fuel burn translated into a range of 131 miles, all while still holding back a 10% reserve of the boat's 32-gallon total fuel capacity. She'll accelerate to 20 miles per hour in an average of 6.1 seconds. Once up to speed, bring the trim up to get her into a 5-degree bow high attitude to produce the best cruising results. You'll see the spray move back to the stern and become relatively non-existent. She is sensitive to weight distribution, so with a few people in the bow, she'll ride more level, but the trim will still help the propeller bite better. She will lean slightly to the outside of a turn, as is the usual case with a 2-log pontoon boat. Crossing wakes shows no adverse effects such as hull slap or pounding. In fact, she's quite comfortable with this. She's also a surprisingly dry boat with no spray coming from the side of the tubes when trimmed, and at the stern, the engine pod has its own spray rail that keeps things well under control there.
Well, comfortable handling characteristics and a versatile layout all seem to come together in this new version of a pontoon boat from Ranger Boats, the Reata 200F. For BoatTest.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.